Get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. Get up off of that thing when it's voting day. And vote in November.
November, baby. It's coming up quick. It's going to come up faster than what you think, baby. But we got primaries coming up again this week. It's going to be exciting, baby. I'm really looking forward to Georgia. Anyway, it is Sunday. It's time for another Blue Dot Family Meeting. Richard Phillips was the first one to jump in. Thank you very much. Followed by the remixtress. Dwayne Dwizzle's here, as is Amanda Elliott, Bruce Preston, Adina Michael, thank you. Gary Spring, all the way from up in Canada. Nancy Halverson's here, and Stephanie Dean, and Jay Clayton are both there. Good, the romance just floating along just fine. Sarah Finn Coley's here, Sandra Campbell, Martha Smart is here, Destiny Phillips, Aaron Trombley, Randy Peterson, woo pig, buddy. Virginia Woodley, hope you're having a beautiful day, baby. Our own Bernadette Pree, thank you for being here, darling. Always appreciate you. Pat Hunter's here. Richard Phillips, George Murray, Lord have mercy, let me get on down here and find where that is. Maria Betancourt's here, and Linda Taylor Gallett, and Jeanette Miller, thank you very much. Judy just popped in, thank you very much, darling. How y'all doing, baby? I hope y'all have had a great weekend. We've had a weekend here. As a matter of fact, it's been quite a day here at the Brito household. My son's store got robbed. Somebody, I mean, not somebody, well, I guess, depending upon your religious outlook, somebody struck the telephone pole down the way with a lightning strike on a telephone pole, and blew power to the whole neighborhood all day. And yeah, it's been rather exciting. So I didn't watch any of the news today. We left it off. I kept thinking I'm going to go out there and start the generator, just power the house back up, but we didn't think it would be that long. And Marcia and I were just listening to music most of the day and kind of enjoyed ourselves. So, and then alas, about 35-40 minutes ago, boom, it came on. So yeah, I didn't watch any news. I didn't see anything. So I don't know what was going on today, and I tell you the truth, I rather enjoyed it. I I think I needed a little bit of time just to break away from all the bullshit, baby, because there's so much bullshit going on. But we got bullshit coming up. I'm looking forward to Georgia. Bernadette, how are you, darling? I'm sorry to pull you in here so quick. I can't hear you, dear. I see you in the room. Let's see if this works. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Well, if you can hear me, which I doubt if you can, I just now noticed that the live room did not connect to the server, so it's nobody's fault but mine. I did not pay attention. Let me see if I can reconnect real quick. I am reconnected. Now all we have to do is wait for everybody to come back in the room. I'm terribly sorry. I should have lost. Travis has taught me over and over and over again what to watch for. I look for the red button over there, which is flashing over there, which means my. Anyway, Bernadette, I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
I can hear you now.
When I brought you into the room, I looked over there at the bottom of the Discord thing, and it was red, and I thought, oh crap, I'm not even. Anyway, how was your weekend, baby?
I have had a marvelous weekend.
Good.
Yesterday was my birthday, and my family came down to the property, and we cooked big meals, crawdad boils.
Oh,
big
man.
thing running in my family right now. And went out target practicing on the land. We had a great time. Great day.
Bernadette,
So,
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bernadette. Happy birthday to you. I don't want to let that get by. I'm just not going to let it
thank you
get by.
so much.
Thank you for being. Anyway, hell of a day for us.
Yeah.
Started out with
So
a robbery.
Today I'm just like kicking it, nice relaxing day. Went did a little weeding in the garden, and that's about it.
There you go.
I'm
There you
done.
go. I got a little weed in the garden too. I mean, I was weeding the garden. That's what I said. And our day started early. Well, it started real early.
That sounds way more exciting than what was going on.
I woke
around
up to the sound of silence. You know, like when the fan goes off, the air conditioner goes off, and all of a sudden the house is quiet. You wake up thinking,
I know that very well. It's
Yeah.
like almost every other day around here.
That's what happened here. So, and then it came on, then it went off. Then it came on, and then it went off. And then it came on for, 15 minutes. I'm thinking, all right, got that shit fixed. Nope, boom, it went off and was off for about, I don't know, about 9 hours now. Just came back on a little while ago.
Well,
So-
good. I'm glad it came on.
I am too.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here talking.
Wouldn't be
so.
sitting here talking, and I was just getting to the point where it's getting hot. It was starting to get hot in here, so
It gets warm quick.
let me get over here and snag this guy, because you know he's just itching to get his ass up here. And you know who I'm talking about, that filthy mouth liberal.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who you're talking to.
Nobody knows. How in the hell are you, Andy?
I'm all things considered, I am well, and I hope
Good.
you are too.
Yes,
Yes. Do send
Yes,
some love towards Amy's way for us.
please. How's she doing?
She's out cold at the moment. She has to work tonight.
She has to work
She's
tonight?
Well, she was out cold. I woke her up, I think,
Uh-oh.
because she said, huh?
They have radar, buddy. They can sense you in the area.
Last night was her first night back after vacation, and it was a little rough on her.
Well, and
But she'll get there.
she's got to work tonight?
Yes, she has to work tonight.
Bummer.
Life goes on, you know.
I think she's going to get a spoon and eat that salad. I thought about it, too.
For whatever ails you, brother. I'm telling you, it came with a spoon, didn't it? Oh, a spatula, I'm
Cold
sorry.
nose and sore butthole. Whatever you need, man.
Hello, Homer's Reluctant Odyssey. Jim Van Doren, thank you for coming in. Bruce Preston, we see you coming in the room. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Anyway, since we're bringing up Old Home Week, I did hear today from Buddy Davis. I got to talk to him on the phone today.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he's He's so. You know, he's still got a lot of road to cover before he's all the way back up to speed. But his spirits were up. You know, he wanted me to thank all of the Blue Dot family members who have donated to his GoFundMe page. He is very thankful for that, and also to Andy's. How did that go, Andy?
We're at 1180 at the moment.
Wow.
Right on.
Good.
The
Right
response is overwhelming.
Yeah.
She's gonna spend a lot more time out of work.
Yeah.
And you know, we're gonna beg a little bit more. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
hate to do
Well,
anything.
Sometimes the need is there, brother.
It is, and they have told her that she is what is known as HER2 positive, which means
Yeah.
it is a particularly aggressive form of breast cancer, and it's spread into her lymph nodes, and it seems to be genetic in some form or another.
Oh Lord.
Mhm.
So we picked up that news this week. So we're not quite sure how we're going to pursue it yet. She has an oncology appointment coming up this week and a surgical appointment. So
All right. Well,
it
howdy.
appears at this point that they're going to do chemotherapy before they even begin talking about surgery.
Mm.
So we're going to have to get her through that. It's going to
We
be a
will
long,
get her-
complicated process.
We
but she
will
might-
get her through it.
Yes.
We will get her through it.
This-
And it's your asking is not begging. And
no.
the Blue Dots that contribute are more than loving and wanting to give.
I know,
So,
and we're grateful for each of
they-
you who have given. And
Yeah.
we just hate to do it because we're used to doing this for people that we love.
Absolutely.
We're
Absolutely.
not used to people doing this for us.
Well,
Absolutely.
you know, and nobody wants you to be in that position that you're in now that you have to. You know, nobody
Nope.
wants it. You know, and nobody in this country should. That's how come we
Nope.
fight for what we fight for.
She has excellent medical coverage in
Good.
terms of her insurance and that kind of thing. The big thing is that she's going to be out of work, and of course I'm retired. I only work when they call me
All right.
to go officiate a wedding or something like that. So I don't do a great deal anymore.
Well,
And we know that the road is going to get a little rough, you know, on down. And that's the only reason I put that thing up there.
Yeah.
I almost regret doing it, but it's going to be a necessity.
all right.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare regret it. There
No.
are people in this family that want to help. And if
And
this
that's
is
what
one of
makes
the
us a
ways that
family.
they can
That's
help,
how come the
This-
conversation drifts this way sometimes about personal
it
issues.
makes us a nation.
It makes
if we
us
just stop
us-
and
yes.
realize it, is neighbors helping neighbors and family helping family. It's what makes us a family. It's what makes us a nation.
All right.
And let's not forget that, Blue Dots. No matter what the fuck the mainstream media is trying to push out there and all the rest of that, we are family and we are a nation. And we're supposed to inspire one another to do good, not
Always
run
need
around
to do
beating each
that.
other on the head.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that. We don't need to be doing that.
So,
No, and forgive me if I sounded out of turn by doing that, but you know,
No.
we
No.
just felt particularly bad about having to do it when we're used to doing it for people that we love.
Buddy, it's you know, it's hard times for everybody out there nowadays. And if you're throwing a curveball like a medical issue, then yeah, what are your neighbors for? You know, if not to step up and help you in a time of need.
This has been one hell of a curveball.
and what is family for?
I
That's
went
right.
through a similar issue about 12 years ago now, and I had colon cancer. And we didn't have a Blue Dot family back then. We didn't have a whole lot of things that we have now.
Right.
In fact, I don't even think GoFundMe existed back in those days.
Probably not.
But we made it through that, and we'll make it through this.
Well, you know, Andy, it used to
and
be.
he's going to come out on the other side smelling like a rose.
There you go, baby. You know, it used to be it was a coffee can down at your local grocery store, the convenience store, wherever it is that you were going back in the day, a long time ago. It was a coffee can with a sign on it. Some child had leukemia or somebody is suffering from cancer, and people would donate that way, and it would help that family. Well, this is just the modern day version of that same thing. It's unfortunately that we live in a world that those needs are not met just by nature of our society, but they're not. And there's people in this family that are suffering every damn
It
day.
should be. You're right, John. It should be. I mean, we should have Medicare for all. Nobody should have to wonder how they're going to get through anything medical in in our country. And we call ourselves the greatest country in the world. We got lots of work to do to be
We have a
great.
lot of work to do.
Right there with
Martha
you.
Oliveira just wrote in the comments that her family in Waco just lost two young ladies in a
Yep.
horrific car accident, both 19 and 14 years old. Two
God
other
bless
students lost their lives too. Please pray for all families. And indeed, I always say that. Y'all know my religious tone, but baby, if you pray, pray hard, because that's the
Yeah.
You better believe it.
you
Yeah.
bet, you bet. If that's your thing, then do it with your. Really, Curtis, you're
Well,
listening on the mower. Those have got to be good headphones, buddy. I'm just
Right
saying,
yeah,
Curtis.
real
on.
good headphones.
He's on the lawnmower
Right
listening.
on.
Hell,
Think about this thing, John. Even if you don't pray, there's all kinds of other things you can send in somebody's direction to give them just to convey a sense of positivity.
Yep.
I,
And
I,
even
And
and even that's a form of praying in a
you
sense.
bet it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure it is.
Absolutely.
Dion
Absolutely.
Bowling just said I'm 24 grand into my treatments. That's a
Wow.
statement right there. $24,000 into her treatments. It's a sad statement of our society that at the worst time in your life, when a medical need is there, there's somebody out there with a clipboard and a pen trying to figure out how we're going to get you into this hospital and get you the treatment you need, and who's going to pay for it. And
I
that
won't
just
tell you how
it
much
just
I
shouldn't
spend
be.
on my
And
treatment, but it'll never
and
get
the
paid.
who's going to pay for it is going to determine how long and how much treatment you
You
get.
get,
And
yes.
that's a damn shame that our health care is predicated on a dollar bill
And Gary Spring
like
just
that.
wrote, it breaks my heart that you don't have health care like we have, my USA friends. Gary lives in Canada, baby. They have
Yep.
universal
Yeah, he
health care
does.
there, as in most Western countries. We have profit care, baby. It's what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is for profit.
It is
Even non-profits are for profit.
or for profit. I'm telling you. Yeah, don't get me started on. I had a discussion today because that Locky guy out in Tennessee, up there preaching in his pulpit, that if you're a Democrat, get out of his church. I don't think you have a church, buddy. You don't have a church, and I don't think you should
have
be
a cult.
tax exempt for shit.
You have a cult.
Yes, you have a cult, and that's, I am worried about that because it's people like him, along with Donnie the dickhead, that are out there pumping that stuff.
Well,
Like I say, he's not holding a rally. He's rallying an army, is what
If you're
he's doing.
believing in Donnie the dickhead at this point, you are a member of a cult.
You are in a cult.
As far as I'm concerned.
You've turned your back on the basic premise of our nation, that everybody's voice will be heard, that everybody has a vote.
And for those who believe, you have turned your back on God Himself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, in favor of someone who, wow,
Hola.
this is a family show. I better shut up.
No,
But
it's exactly. I've said it often. If you consider yourself an evangelical Christian and you support Donald Trump and his platform, only one of those statements is true. You can pick which one you want, but you can't be a slave to two masters. And you're either gonna have to pick Trump or God, because Trump don't stand second fiddle to nobody.
well, for those who believe in the big book, that even tells us that
Yes.
you can't serve God and mammon, for goodness sake. You certainly can't.
We've come Marcia just pointed out an article about the decline of religion overall in the U.S. just because let me think. Education. People are not that gullible anymore. Or maybe I should say a departure from structured religion to a personal relationship. Maybe I don't know how to say it. It's
No, relationship is probably a good word. because
probably
I've known
a
lot of
personal
people
relationship with
that
with their God how they choose to worship
or
Him.
spiritual or
Right.
something on that level.
Right.
Um,
It's- you know,
it's hard to say I'm going to be a church going person when the person leading the church is hypocritical, or you find massive amounts of fault in them.
yes.
Okay, and that do as I say, not as I do bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. And now, as Martha Smart just pointed out, Pelosi was denied communion at her church.
Nancy
Denied,
Pelosi was here. The Archbishop of San Francisco has denied her communion based upon her abortion beliefs.
Well,
And
wasn't she
so,
getting communion last month? I don't think her position has changed a bit.
I don't think it has either.
It's hypocritical coming from the Archbishop of a Catholic church. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to
For those
rag
of
on,
you who know me,
Catholics, but
I'll remind
they've had
you.
their share of problems.
Andy, what's the verse? Take the mote out of your own eye
Yeah.
before you go casting it in somebody else's.
And for those of you who know me, you know I'm an ordained minister.
Indeed.
And for those of you who do not know me, you just found out. And I believe in a lot of that, but I do not go to church. You know why I don't go to church? Look what they're teaching over there now.
Yes.
I'm not going to be a part of it
Yes.
because it's all about money. It's about conservative politics, and everyone I've been in has been political as all get out. They would never admit that to you, but they do. There's a difference between believing what's in the book and believing what they teach in your local Bertha Better the New Baptist Church. There's a huge difference. You have to be able to discern that kind of stuff.
You know, I'm amazed with this family sometimes that, and it takes a certain amount of courage for people to speak their truth, to say something personal. And Jane Hansen just wrote in the comments that we have universal health care in the United States. People like me with no financial means and degenerative diseases such as congestive heart failure and others go to the ER in the U.S. and then don't pay. Our credit is trashed, and the people who can pay pick up the slack through their higher costs. I'm not proud that I couldn't pay my medical bills, but my life expectancy is less than a year. I was hospitalized 4 times last year. I came to Mexico to die with a roof over my head because I would be homeless in the United States. That's a hell of a statement, baby.
Is that who you was talking to on the phone?
Huh?
I'm on Discord with them.
That's a sad statement of our times right there. And
Why?
she's right.
Why, in a country so far advanced as the United States, do people have to suffer the way she is suffering?
That's
Why?
that's the eternal question. Why that suffering?
And made to feel bad, like she's not pulling her own weight.
Exactly.
Like the time that she spent in the United States has been nothing. And that's bullshit. We don't give a shit about old people and little children in this country. Oh, now we're giving a shit about fetuses, but let the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, we turned that light out before you over there.
I just last night Marsha and I watched
I thought you were on the couch. I'm sorry.
Special on I think it was HBO. It was George Carlin's documentary on George Carlin, and he is, the man is still, he died in 2008, but he's still relevant today in his speech, and I enjoyed it tremendously last night. And oh Lord, I had a thought in my head, but then I guess I lost it on my way here. Shit.
Oh, the brain fart, John.
Yeah, that's what it was, brother.
It's cerebral flatulence.
Yeah.
Probably about how relevant that his words are still today.
Well,
they are.
They are, and when he was given his little comedic performance concerning abortion, and he pointed it out to the right, on the right very much. It's if you're prenatal, hey baby, you get all the attention. You're preschool, you're screwed. You're not going to get anything out of the Republican Party. And to me,
once you're born, it's over.
yeah, once you're born, the Republican Party could give two shits for you. Just don't come around asking for any social benefits. You tell your mama to go get a job or whatever. You know, they are cold-hearted when it comes to social issues like that. But, oh, my God, they are on fire for that fetus, baby. I'm telling you. It's a crack of bullshit.
Baby. It's all about the money.
It's about it's. See, here's what I think. What it is, and as a matter of fact, there's a special. I don't know if it's on Netflix or something. It's called "Overturning the Road to Overturning Roe" or whatever it was. I can't remember, but we watched it, and it goes all the way back to, well, actually a little bit before Reagan, but really when Reagan came in, and the moral majority started raising up. And this issue, the abortion issue, has been their main issue ever since then. Because here's the deal. You can't, I don't give a shit what comes out of your mouth. How logical, whatever it is comes out of your mouth. You're an evil demon because you want to kill the unborn baby. And how do you argue against such bullshit, such you know, what's that thing they're talking about right now when you go to have breakfast in the morning, you crack them eggs and have an omelet? Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know if you should be doing that. You know, cooking them eggs right there. That was a feat. Yep. And now with states chiming in with the, like Oklahoma, at the moment of conception, at the moment of fertilization. Really? Really? I'm on this high horse myself. Huh? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The women of this country need to wake up and realize that it doesn't matter whether you're Democrat or Republican. The men on the Republican side of this country want to control your body.
Everything now, about your body.
If you're into that, then keep voting Republican.
Yeah.
But if you want to have some autonomy about your own personal body and what you can and cannot do with it,
right,
and not have somebody else govern or legislate or make you a criminal for what you need to do, health reasons why. And
Victoria says she's just going to be gay.
Vote blue. Because I wished for 1 second that a man could experience 1 year of having a menstrual cycle.
Oh, no. Hey.
They would shut the fuck up.
Nope. Don't want.
Wouldn't want to experience one moment.
No, sir, no, ma'am, no.
And I respect any woman, all women.
I have a wife.
Until they do.
45 years.
Until they push, until you could push 6 to 10 pounds out.
Yeah, out your butt.
It's not big. Then you tell me what I can and cannot. Women, please vote blue in this election.
It's that old adage you always hear that if men could get pregnant, there'd be an abortion clinic on every corner. My argument lately, because I'm just a jerk and
I wouldn't even
I'm
wish
spiteful.
pregnancy on them because it's painful. Okay, I'm saying just have a fucking period.
I want the Republicans to stand up to their shit. If they're going to talk the talk, walk the walk, and that means it takes two to tango, baby. It takes two. I would really like to see some kind of legislation as soon, and it can be very early, as I understand it, as it can be confirmed who the daddy is. Start coughing up the big bucks. Babies ain't cheap, baby. Babies are not cheap. There's shit that you're gonna force a woman into this shit. Fuck you. Get your ass in there. Let's make laws that force men.
To the blue dot men out there. Vote blue.
Vote blue, baby.
For the sake of your mothers, your daughters, your girlfriends, your wives, your aunties, your sisters, your grandmother. Vote blue.
As far as I'm concerned,
women cannot do this by ourselves.
No.
We need our men's support.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not female. It is not up to me to regulate your body. I have no say in the matter. It's none of my business. You should be at liberty to do what you need to do. Who am I to tell you what you can do? I'm nobody.
Yeah, exactly that. Since when is it anybody's business? Anybody's business what a woman does with her body, and whose decision that is. Like I say, I don't see these
Well, apparently
Republican nut jobs.
legislators all over this country feel like it's their business
I may
what a
or
woman
may
does
not
with her
agree.
body.
I may or may not agree with the abortion issue, and which is irrelevant at this point. But it's not up to me. It's not up to anybody that's walking around with a penis, as far as I'm concerned. If you got one of them, you need to stay out of the conversation. It's none of your goddamn
Well,
business.
you need to get into the conversation, but the conversation needs to be shut the fuck up and leave Roe alone. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, start cracking down on some of these crackpot laws that they're passing left and right, like this, like at the moment of fertilization. Really, it's a pile of goo, you stupid freaks. It's to the point of disgusting what they're trying to do, but they do it on a holy basis. Look at me, I'm fighting for those that can't speak. I'm speaking for the It's that kind of bullshit. That is such an easy sell because it pulls at the heartstrings. You know?
Absolutely.
Who wants to kill a
John,
baby?
here's
Nobody.
Why it's an easy sell. Here's why it's an easy sell. Because a fetus is not going to have any argument against whatever the fuck you're spewing.
No.
They can't talk.
No.
They can't fight back. They can't say shit. And that's why it's an easy sell for these fuckers.
And you throw in the just like in Oklahoma and other ones, there is no exception for rape or incest. And I think it was, I don't know, I think it was Dana Basher, one of them, I think, on one of the morning.
In Louisiana, there's an exception
Yesterday.
for rape. And there is an exception for incest. But first you have to go through a police department. And you tell me how many women fare well.
I think it was
after
Arkansas.
Talking to the police. How many women feel real comfortable about? I mean, we had across this country rape kits sitting on shelves for decades.
There are so many issues, just like what you just mentioned about the rape kit sitting on the shelves. Kiss my ass when you're talking about women's rights. When you drag your feet on if you don't have an exception for rape or incest, you're a disgusting prick of a person. You're disgusting. God should slap you in the freaking face. It's that kind of sanctimonious bullshit.
But they do have Louisiana does have an exception for rape and incest in their law. It first has to be reported to the police.
Yes. If you don't report it as a rape or incest, well, I'm sorry, you missed your window of opportunity there, baby. You got to have that child.
Then it's murder.
Yes,
John,
then it's murder.
That's how they consider it.
Yeah.
This is a passionate issue across this country, and it should be.
Housekeeping, please, guys. Gentlemen, we have to do some housekeeping. John, you have some.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do. I have a.
And we have a couple of members with their hands up in the audience.
Let me thank Teresa Diggum, who came in with a $2 donation and said, "John," which makes me go, "What? What?" And I'm looking all over, going, "What did I miss? I don't know what I missed, Teresa." Teresa is our resident artist. She's the one who painted our blue wave. Right, let me click that, and then go to this mouse, and let's see. Oh, I got to click this. I'm telling you, Travis has got some business going on, and we should hurry up and get it done. I miss that boy. Asgard, how are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
Doing my usual video game thing. How are you guys?
Hanging in there like, what would Andy say? A hair and a biscuit?
I'm not going to lie.
Hanging in there like a hair and a biscuit.
Like a hair and a biscuit, brother.
As the obligatory Star Trek aficionado of the Blue Dot family, I have to say this last week's new episode was amazing.
Oh, you enjoyed that, huh?
Every episode of this show keeps getting better and better, and it's currently the #1 rated streaming show in the world.
Boy, howdy shit. There you go. And what is it? Star Wars what?
Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. Star Trek. To boldly go where no man has gone before. Hey, I'd love to get there, brother. Let's go. I want to go there. Yeah. And then I turn around and read the newspaper, or look at the news or something, and I wonder what the fuck.
Well, the thing that gives me a little bit of hope is there are people like that even in the 25th century in Star Trek.
I just noticed last night, I think it was,
I've been a big fan.
or Friday night, I think it was, I don't know, one of the late night comics, late night shows said the 3 richest men in the world, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Richard Branson, are all building rockets to get the fuck off this planet. Yeah.
In all honesty, if I had Jeff Bezos fuck off money, I'd be blowing my entire fortune building Starfleet in San Francisco.
No, you wouldn't. You would be saving the world with that kind of money.
Well, you can save the world through Starfleet. Because
Which brings up
Starfleet
the
is
question, why ain't they
humanitarian.
saving the world? Wow, because money.
Yeah,
That's why.
well, the thing is, in Starfleet and Star Trek is a peaceful, pacifist, humanitarian armada designed for scientific advancement and the betterment of all societies.
And
not
who
just
could
the human
argue with
race.
that shit? Go forth and meet new bold worlds and all that kind of stuff. Shit, yeah. I'm there, brother.
And I mean, the first thing we've got to do is just build Starfleet Academy in San Francisco. That's where it was in the show.
There you go. Follow the movie script.
And I mean, it'd be a lot better for San Francisco than Google.
We'll get there one day, but it's going to take several more generations, many more probably before we get to that point. But anyway, let me bring Catman 56.
Well,
Keith, are you in there with us too, brother?
All I've got to say on that note, though, is with the way our generation is waking up to a lot of the tricks the older generations fell for, I think it might be a lot quicker than you realize, or than we could ever hope for, that we'll get to that kind of world.
Yeah, unfortunately. Anyway, Keith, are you there? Keith from Minnesota.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
How are you doing, brother?
All right, my man. How you doing?
I'm hanging
Hello,
in there, brother.
everybody. Listening to the conversations and just thinking about things. I have a couple of points I'd like to bring up.
What's that?
These Republicans keep saying that they are Christian.
Yes, they do.
Jesus Christ
That's what I
said,
say.
don't just give a man a fish, teach him how to fish. The Republicans won't even give us a fish.
No.
Or a fishing pole.
Or a fishing pole, or a string, or a hook, or anything else.
Or a net.
Get out
or
there.
nothing.
It flop around that water till you come out of there with a fish in your mouth.
Okay.
That's
point number-
No, they'll
That's
give you
what
a
they-
fishing pole. They'll just charge you 37%.
Yeah, that's true.
to hold on to it.
Touche, Asgard. They'll rent it to you.
Point number 2,
Yes.
the old proverb. How would the devil come to us? With a smile, with lies, and with gold.
Wait a minute. I think you're describing somebody
And
I've
doesn't the
recognized.
Bible even? And this, how I know this, being a Norse pagan, is beyond me. But doesn't even the Bible say that the devil can quote scripture?
Well, of course, the devil was an angel before he became the devel.
Thank you.
There you
Okay.
go, man. You got to. I'm an atheist and I know that part. Shit, yeah.
Okay.
And John,
Huh?
All right. Point number 3.
3.3. I got it.
You got these Republican governors saying big government can't control the state's decisions. But the state is going to tell a woman when or if she needs to protect her health.
Yeah.
If it is abortion. But the government can't tell the state no. But the state will dictate to a woman.
This is gonna.
Our women. The state is going to do that. This is coming from Republicans.
Yes.
What
Yes.
are they doing for us?
Andy,
They
the
think they're going to do that, but they're going to kick their asses on it.
I am done with my rant, guys.
no, you hang around. Your ass ain't going nowhere.
Oh,
Let me
and this
catch
is
up
just
here
something
real
that I've
quick.
always-
Let me
this is just something I've always thought about being a Norse
I'm out, guys.
pagan.
Hold on.
Keith,
Hold on, I got a
Source.
couple of thank yous here. Timothy Silva Jr. came in with a $10 donation. Thank you very much, Timothy. And he said, and y'all pay attention to this shit, the GOP has embraced Hungarian dictator's Christian fascist ideology and declared war on all liberals and progressives. Time to defeat these traitors to our nation in November. And boy, howdy shit. Timothy, thank you for that, because did y'all see that? That's where the Conservative Political Action Committee's holding their freaking meeting, is in Hungary at a white nationalist fence. Are you shitting me?
With Viktor Orban
With
as
Viktor Orban.
the
Can they
the
get
host,
much more blatant?
the host and main speaker.
Can they get much more blatant than that?
No,
I mean,
they
what do have
cannot
to
get
do?
any
Start
more
bootstrapping?
blatant than that. This is, this should be a wake-up call for anybody who calls himself a conservative in this country. Where your Republican Party is going, baby, where you're allowing it to go.
They're gone.
Yeah.
John, one thing that gets me is being a Norse pagan and a priest of Tyr. If I started parading my religion around the way Christians parade theirs around,
brother,
they'd have dragged me out of my house.
Oh, we'd make fun of you all day long.
On fire.
Sure. Your religion is not an acceptable one of the top 10, What are the 4,200 religions on this planet?
And, and they think that they're arrogant enough to think that if they enshrine their religion in power, it'll stay there indefinitely. What happens when a matriarchal religion comes along in like 40 fucking years, takes over everything, and then suddenly the men are the ones who have to stay in the house and make a goddamn sandwich?
I think the Republicans have broadcast what they were doing, starting with Selah Perrin. She talked about death panels. Well, what did we get? Donald Trump and CV-19. And now they're saying that they have to restrict rights of Americans. Why?
Because they don't want your ass to have. You got too many rights. They want to check on this shit because y'all are getting carried away with this right stuff. You think you got the right to everything. Freedom of speech, freedom to vote. Are you shitting me? Should be white landowners. That's all the people that get it's the quality of the vote, not the quantity of the vote. They're coming up with so much fucking bullshit to disguise what the fuck they are. They're turning into a white nationalist party. That's what the Republican Party means to me now. So,
excuse me.
This kind of pattern before,
I got it.
You have the rich plantation owners with their nice white houses, and then they step outside to the black slaves picking cotton. Well, in today's world, the slaves are us. White folk, black folk,
poor. They want you poor, hungry, and needing a job, buddy. That's the way it works.
Over the house.
That's the way it works for them.
And to pit us against each other.
That's right.
Who
Keep
the
us
fuck
busy.
are voting for those people?
Yeah, that's exactly a good question. Let me catch up real quick before we continue with the answer to that one. Nana Lovely came in with a $5 donation and said, glad change came for the Prime Minister of Australia. Hashtag Aussie Dave. Hashtag Richard Tanumi. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Yes, Australia got a new Prime Minister. I think Aussie Dave will be happy with him. It's good to hear. There's a wake up that's going to have to come not just here in the United States, baby. This is a worldwide issue. Why do you think that the freaking conservatives are over in Hungary? Because that's where the meat is, baby. That's where the red meat is. That's where the white nationalist home front is right now.
Yes, when you're hungry, you go to Hungary.
Yeah, that's right. You go to Hungary and you hunger for what? Racist bullshit. It's
Can we send over a cruise missile?
If anything speaks to the fact of the Republicans not believing in the ideal that became America, it's evident in their bullshit nowadays. They don't believe in this
something that
monster.
is slightly off topic for a moment.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, at the beginning of the show, we were talking about my wife.
Yes.
And I have had a number of people since then asked me about the GoFundMe and that kind of stuff. So I dropped a link in main discussion, just so people would have it. I just want to let folks know it was there. But sorry about that. But let's get back to work here.
Andy, if I had a button, I'd hit the button. So yes, there's a link in the chat for Andy Paguta's GoFundMe page for his wife Amy. So yes, we wholeheartedly ask you to donate there. And on that note, I want to remind people that Buddy Davis, who I do have a button for, his GoFundMe page is also in process. Also, like I said, I talked to Buddy today, and he's
Can
still.
you drop a link to that in there too, John?
That is the link right there. That's the link. I know if you go to bluedotintexas.com and there's a link to Buddy's GoFundMe page right there. I don't know how to do that.
Fantastic. That works.
My tech guy's not
That will
here.
work.
He's not. Y'all don't think I'm lost without that boy.
You
I
do
know he's
great
got a
without him.
life,
What are you
but
talking
damn it,
about?
I do. I miss him. I miss him being in
I
there.
mean, he's a first class technical advisor, but
He
you do
is.
really well without him.
Yeah, but he's got a life. He's got to live. So he's got things he's got to do.
There you
And
go.
so he tells me, bullshit.
Well,
I'm
at
more
least
important
holler in
than
the
that.
other room and tell Mama we said hey.
I will. Mama's doing fine. She's sitting out there on the couch. Like I said, we spent all day listening to music and talking, and then yesterday we spent.
You got to get up on the floor in the living room and hold it close and dance a little bit, that kind of thing. And
Yeah, I'll bring
do
that
all
up
that
tonight.
belly
Come on,
rubbing
honey,
and
get your
all
ass
that.
out here on the damn dance. She'll
You
dance.
gotta-
Oh,
you
buddy,
gotta
we
make that
dance
happen,
occasionally
man.
in the kitchen. Are you shitting me?
There you
The
go.
romance ain't gone out of this shit. No, 45 years.
Well,
No. I know how she moves. I
And
know
on
how
the
she
note
moves.
and on the note of music, John,
Yes, sir.
I found something cute out today
Oh yeah.
about my cat. Apparently, he likes British, Irish, and Scottish folk music.
Who
I was
does?
listening to it today on my cat, Spock.
Oh, your cat.
I was
Not like
listening to.
Scotch whiskey.
I'm the one who likes the Scotch whiskey. He thinks he makes funny faces when he smells it. But
man.
I was listening to a bunch of Scottish folk music today, and like British traditional songs and stuff.
Right.
And I caught him sitting on my computer desk, and his ears are doing that back and forth thing they do when they're
Oh, he's
listening to
listening.
something. And he was doing it at beat with the music, and it just kind of dawned on me that my cat likes traditional folk music.
You have only one cat, right?
Yeah.
What's your address?
That's pretty cool, though.
Let's ship you one.
Yeah, we'll send you some more cats.
send you
We've
some
got
more.
plenty of them.
I'm telling
good
you,
with the one.
my little bit, whose now nickname is Cece, because she's a crazy cat. I mean, she is.
Yeah.
In the mornings, she's all over the freaking place. Run here, run there, grab this, knock this over. She is a handful. Mama's about rethinking the strategy of, letting her stay in the house. But no, we got to get her fixed. I'm hoping after we get her fixed, she'll slow that motor down a little
With
bit.
female cats, it's typically after they get fixed, they get calm.
Well, she's
Spock.
fixing to get fixed because this is just getting bullshit in the morning. I mean, it's zippity doo dah all over the house. That pit bull down just sits in the middle of the room and just turns her head back and forth watching that cat. She don't get up
Well,
chasing the
I'm
cat
glad.
no more. That's too much work, man. Shit, the cat don't stop.
The funny thing is, my cat Spock, I never had him fixed since I found him, but he never tries to leave my apartment. He doesn't seem interested in the female cats around the building. He doesn't spray anything. He's literally the most well-behaved pet I have ever had in my life.
You're
He's
a
supposed to be
lucky
a
man,
vet.
Asgard.
I
You're a
would
lucky man.
argue that my pretty Pitty is the most sweetest freaking animal in the walking. I love this dog. I am so glad that dog jumped in my truck. She scared the shit out of me the day I found her on the highway, and on November 3rd, on Election Day, in 2016, no 2018. I'm sorry, and yeah, she jumped inside my truck, and I'm sitting there looking at a pit bull sitting on my accelerator. And she turned out to be the sweetest.
She was trying to convince you, John,
She-
in 2 years, we get to get this son of a bitch Trump out of office.
And she did too,
And
baby.
I'm going to help you do that.
That's why I
That's why
named
he
her.
gave me
I
that
named
truck
her
with you.
Vicky for victorious. We were victorious in 2018. Let me catch this real quick. I want to send out a big thank you to Turbo, who came in with a $20 donation and said, "Enjoying your show as always. Here's a little beer and bud help sent from a blue dot in Georgia. Keep up the great work, sir." Turbo, thank you very much, and
Thank you.
keep up the good work in Georgia. I can just smell Stacey Abrams winning. I can just, what greater motivation do we have going on right now in Georgia, in the nation? Georgia, there's a lot of, we were all watching everything. We're still watching Pennsylvania right now, but everybody's got their eye on Georgia, baby.
Fetterman as we speak.
Because there's races down there that we want to see. We want to see Brian Kemp beat Purdue's ass. Purdue is Donnie's boy, and it ain't looking good for him. Brad Ratzenberger, he's still looking good. Marjorie Taylor Greene, oh, I want to see it. I want to see it, baby. Let's go. I want to see this. So I'm looking forward to Georgia, baby.
I had the honor of speaking with John Fetterman today.
Did you? Outstanding.
He is home.
He is
well.
indeed.
He's doing everything he can for Pennsylvania and for America. Now we got to make that same shit happen in Georgia.
I'm telling you.
Not tomorrow, right now.
In November,
John,
I think the voice of Georgia is really going to be heard loud. I really do. Go
and
ahead.
on the note of Stacey Abrams and my love of Star Trek, they actually cast her as probably one of the best roles they could have put her in Star Trek Discovery.
Oh yeah.
She was. They cast her as the president of Earth. She makes a cameo appearance at the end of the season 4 of Star Trek Discovery
I did not know that.
as the as president of Earth, and she did an amazing job.
President of Earth.
Of Earth. I love that.
I would put the fate of Earth in Stacey Abrams' hands. I
would be glad to do that.
I would be happy to do that. I believe she is a very compassionate, very smart woman. I want to. Let me see. Thank you, Bernadette, for posting that. That's Andy's link to his GoFundMe right there. So yes, if Andy's wife, Amy, is suffering with cancer. So yes, there are burdens put upon any time that happens.
Thank you, Bernie.
And
from the depth of my heart, I appreciate that.
shut up. Who cares? Anyway, what was I saying? That was the important part. I forgot. Oh yeah.
Well, I ain't getting all emotional, John. Don't get all cracked up over it.
I'm messing with you, brother. It is. That just leads into this family thing that we have here, and I couldn't be more proud of the way that this has grown, and the way that this chat goes on. I sit here and I try to keep up with the chat. Oh, Herschel Walker. I don't think so. The Morning Head said that Herschel Walker actually has a good chance of winning. This guy said he was born and raised. Yeah, I don't mean shit. Yeah, I don't think Herschel Walker. I don't know really if
God bless his little feet picking.
Yeah, he's been hit too many times. Played good ball, but I'm sorry.
He played great ball, but he got brain damage. I'll tell you that.
Go sit back in the rocking chair and sit on the porch. I don't want to hear from
on the side. On the side of random scientific knowledge that might make everyone happy.
Yeah?
NASA released some information a couple of months ago. As I told you, I'm one of those weird people that read scientific papers for the hell of it. And there was one release that referenced this thing that they're building at NASA called a warp field interferometer. It's basically a means of testing whether or not the warp drive from Star Trek could work by building a localized warp bubble about the size of a $50.
Are you telling me the truth, Willis?
And so far, it has worked. When they used shot a laser through this warp bubble, it apparently accelerated the beam of laser to 1.1 times the speed of light. Which, if you know anything about physics, is technically impossible unless there's a working warp bubble.
I am completely stupid when it comes to that.
Yeah. I don't watch enough of it to know what that is, but the one thing that does amaze me is space itself, and I'm so looking forward to the pictures coming out that are going to be coming out of Webb.
I'm thinking 1.21 gigawatts or something like that, and I know it's wrong, but that was the first thing that came to my mind.
The easiest way to explain it is a laser being light can't exceed the speed of light naturally. that would be like
Yeah.
that would mean that the speed of light is variable, which we know it isn't. The only way you could induce a variance of that size into a laser beam is if you're artificially accelerating it.
And that's
Basically
what we have to work on.
shortening the.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, me too.
And
I'm right there.
basically, this warp bubble has shown that we can artificially accelerate light through the bubble, which means anything inside of that bubble is going to move faster than the speed of light.
So we just have to create the bubble around the ship that we're operating, and there we go.
Well, if we manage to do it at the size of $50, because of the way physics works, it's just a matter of scale now, not a matter
Well,
of practicality.
we can get hold of that guy that, who was that? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Get hold of that guy. Let's get to
Climbing the
shrinking, man.
mud, really?
Hey.
What-
We can-
There was conversation about the state reunion.
yes, sir.
In Star Trek, I just put something out on main discussion.
I can't go there now. So if you're in Discord, you can go over to main discussion and see what Keith put up there.
I'm going to do that.
And if y'all have not been to our Discord group, shame on you. You should come by. Come by and
It's
visit.
lovely, man.
It is a lovely
you guys
group.
would love it.
Highest standards you will not hear. No, you shouldn't. No, I ain't gonna lie right here in front of God and everybody.
No,
What happened?
You're
I got
going to hear all kind of shit over there, but that's all right. We want you there
a
anyway.
button in front of me and I didn't know what it said here. Ta-da-da-da.
And
If I
hey,
hit this button, will it
Filthy
still
Mouth,
work?
brother. My
Yeah.
brother,
Oh,
Filthy
it's still
Mouth.
What? What?
Just look out for a little bit from PayPal, okay?
I'm sorry.
Talking to Filthy Mouth.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah,
I'm
Andy
sorry.
Paguda.
that Filthy Mouth.
Yeah, that
Try
filthy.
it again. I'm terribly sorry. I missed that.
Just do a look on Facebook. I'm sorry, on PayPal.
Oh, you sent him something on PayPal?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I thought you
Thank
needed my
you, Keith.
PayPal information. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that.
You know, it does. It warms our heart when our family reaches out, because we've had tragedies in this family before, and yeah, sometimes it's just us, baby, when we want to lift somebody up.
It's all I can do to keep from getting.
You don't be getting
emotional
emotional. Don't
with
be
this
starting
stuff.
that crying shit.
But I
Nobody
ain't gonna
wants
start
that
that
shit.
kind of shit. Don't worry about
No.
that. I got to figure out which PayPal we send it to. I've got a half a dozen.
Ah, there you go. Oh, we appreciate every dime that we get. It does. This is what pays my bills. So, you know, this is the generosity of this family that helps us every month. Our Patreon members, bless their hearts. Thank you, every one of you that donate to our Patreon. That really helps.
It means the world.
It
really
does. It does. And yeah, it's
And on a side note,
Yes.
there's one thing I'm thinking about actually saving up for, because I haven't taken a vacation in years.
a what?
I haven't taken a vacation in years.
A what? What is that? Oh, those things you see on TV. Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about saving up money because they have a floating Star Trek convention on the Carnival cruise ships every year.
Now that would be right up your alley. You indeed should save up to do that, Asgard.
But if I do it, I'm going to save up and get myself one of those really nice balcony
Yes,
rooms at the
go
top.
all out on it if you can. Oh
And
shit,
it's
yeah.
literally it's a 2-week floating Star Trek convention.
Oh, you'd be in hog
Why
heaven.
not?
You'd be in hog
Yeah,
heaven.
but if I do that, I'm going to save up money, and I'm getting myself a damn good Star Trek uniform to do it too.
Good deal. Go all the
You
way.
bet.
Don't.
Because
just-
there is no way in hell I am not boarding that cruise dressed as a member of the Enterprise.
and walk with that head up like somebody should be saluting your ass. Somebody should be saluting me. Yes, you should. If people have that opportunity to fulfill something, and knowing you the way we do, very much into Star Trek. Oh, how could you not? It's a comedy
Uniform
bed on
I
a floating hotel.
The uniform I really want to get is the
Never been on one.
red one from the Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath
Heck
of
yeah.
Khan. Who said
Red
heck
one
yeah?
with the turtleneck.
That was Keith. Oh, I might have seen that. Turtleneck rings a bell. I've seen a lot of stuff. I just
It was the one where they had the red jacket with the colored turtlenecks and the colored strap that went over the shoulder.
I think I remember. Yeah.
It was the one William Shatner wore for the movies back, Star Trek 2 through 5 or 6.
Oh man, Star Trek has a large following. I mean, my kids are not so much into Star Trek as they are into Star Wars, I guess. But they follow along everything. I mean, shit.
Just wish I knew a little something about it.
I remember the old Star Trek when I watched TV.
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5. See, here's my problem anytime we start discussing movies. I told you all this before. Did John see the movie? Chances are, fuck no, John didn't see the movie. It's just, how's that work? Seems to me every time a movie come on, I was at work. Anyway, I gotta do some catching up. That's all. That's my problem.
Well, late at night, 2 o'clock when you're just up.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to watch a good show. There's stuff out there to watch.
There used to be a day.
Then you go, damn.
Marcia, every night she'll set up 2, maybe 3 hours longer than I am. She'll have that TV on.
I have to say, John,
like
if you're gonna dip your toes into the Star Trek pond, since you like the original series.
Yeah, the original series. I remember that.
I would recommend Strange New Worlds as the best jumping off point right now, even though it's the newest series.
Strange New Worlds. Yeah, that's the new one that just came in.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about when I came into the show earlier. You don't really need to know a whole lot of Star Trek lore to understand it.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a magician. Yeah. I remember that line.
Yeah. I love Bones. He's my favorite character. He reminds me of my adopted father. This old curmudgeon-y country boy from the backwoods of Illinois.
Yeah.
That was my adopted father, and that country boy growl that Bones has.
What do you think of Stargate? What do you think of Stargate?
I love Stargate.
Gary Spring
Stargate is another one of my favorite TV shows. Yeah. But
I'm seeing that.
One of my the one show I really wish they would do a reboot for is Xena.
See, I don't even know that one. Don't know that one at all.
Xena, Warrior Princess with Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, no, right over my head.
It's technically a lot of people in the gay community consider it one of the first, gay icon. Her is one of the first gay icons on a nationally
really?
televised TV show as the heroine.
So made some
because.
Go ahead.
Subtext between Gabrielle and Xena on the show.
Ah.
And even the two actresses have stated, yeah, it was never openly stated, but Xena and Gabrielle were in love and potentially cohabitating throughout the entirety of the show.
Okay,
it's
there
just
you go.
Because it was in the early '90s, they couldn't openly talk about that shit because you saw what happened to Ellen.
Oh yeah. Well, not to change the subject from Stargate, but I'm right there with Maria Betancourt, who in just a second should ring that screen up there because she just made a donation. There it is. Made a $5 donation and said, "Game of Thrones, anyone?" Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, nice. Yes,
I did. Now, I missed the first few shows, but then Marcia got me, "Hey, honey, watch this." Oh, look, Battlefield here going on. Oh, look at here. And yeah, I got involved in Game of Thrones, so I saw just about all of it from, before the middle somehow, all the way to the end. And yeah, I'm big on the Dragon Lady. Khaleesi. What was that? Khaleesi.
This is Keith. A touch out to Navy from an old school Marine.
That's you, brother.
I mentioned this a couple of nights ago. A program from 5 years ago.
Right.
It was called The Last Ship. It's based
yes.
off a Aegis class destroyer. How a virus started wiping out people all over the place.
How timely.
And how the crew had to work. It's a very interesting storyline which almost parallels what the hell we're going through right now. And it's 12 series or 12 events. It's a good watch, John.
Yeah.
When you're up.
I need to, my problem is, well, it's much like my day started this morning at about 6:45, so I was up, and I've done several chores today and whatnot. By the time my head hits that pillow at about 10:30, 11 tonight, yeah, I'm good for about 5 minutes before I'm sound asleep, brother. I'm wore out nowadays. Marcia got these Bluetooth. It's a headband, like a woman wears it's real pretty, but it's got speakers in it. So she puts that on her head and can lay there in bed and watch TV, and I crap right out. Ain't that romantic as hell? No, on certain nights I may stay up, whatever. But on a typical night, yeah, I'm wore out, buddy. I don't know how she does it. She'll sit there and watch several TV shows or something. Oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
Ain't it sad? Like I'm getting old. I don't like that. I got into that whole damn discussion today with Mark. Huh? Ain't it? It's. I don't want to be fucking old. I don't feel fucking old. I mean, I got some problems that evidently are goddamn old, but shit. No, I'm too into. Right now, it's almost like.
Hey, John.
Huh?
I tell you and Keith something that should make both of you guys feel better.
What?
You're not as old as the fucking leadership of the Republican Party, okay?
That's true.
Hello.
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 Hello. And on that note, let me thank T-Rock in the house. Dr. T-Rock just came in with a $20 donation and said, "Happy Sunday to John and the Blue Dot family. Keep up the good fight. We got this." Dr. T. Thank you, Dr. T. And boy, howdy shit, that red stuff that's in the tube thing that you roll on there that's got the fire symbol on it. Yeah, that ain't lying, Doc. Set your ass. It felt good, though. My calves, I've been having trouble with my calves. So Dr. T-Rock was kind enough to send me some medicinal products, and one of them was it's a roll-on thing. I forgot that. It's got a devil on it. Yeah. It says right there, hot.
Cavendish.
Wasn't lying either. Shit.
It's called Cavendish.
Cavendish, is that what it is? I don't know about that, but it worked. Dr. T, thank you very much for that, by the way, and I appreciate that. We do have a fight, baby, and we have to put up a good fight. And I'm starting to get a little bit more optimistic because of the nature of where we are in relation to November. Next month we're going to start public hearings. Boy, I got popcorn and peanuts waiting for that shit, baby. Let's go. Let's rock and roll, because I want to see something. I want to see the truth come out in front of the American people and laid out to where they understand it. You combine that Cummings story with the story that we have now with the Supreme Court sitting there ready to overturn Roe v. Wade, has woken up a lot of people across this country. And I'm thinking the Democrats are looking better all the time. This Republican bullshit that they're trying to sell, this Trump lie crap, this loyalty to one man, that's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all can take your little glory hole over there and go have yourself a ball.
It doesn't seem to matter to those that want to continue to believe these people, okay? They don't care. They just went to Hungary and had their conservative pact.
How more blatant can you get, Dominic?
Yeah.
I mean, Dominic, I'm sorry, Bernadette.
That's okay.
How
That's
is Dominic?
one name that I don't mind. But Dominic is doing well. He's
Good.
he's out of school in a couple of weeks, and he's excited as hell
Good.
right now.
I was just fixing to ask you about him, and that's why I guess it slipped out of my mouth.
No,
Anyway.
he's doing really
Good.
well.
Good. Our little blue dot.
You would have been proud of him with his little 22 rifle out there yesterday. He was holding his own.
Good.
I was like, yeah, that's
Good.
my grandson.
Good.
So
Get a good eye on
anyway,
him.
we got work to do. We cannot be complacent about this upcoming election.
No.
The primary numbers are down. That's kind of disconcerting. But we got a long way to go in this country, and if we don't stay focused on making sure regardless of whatever is happening on TV and the circus shows and the talking heads and all the rest of that, we gotta pull the numbers out, guys. We gotta
have
get
to.
to the polls
And,
in
and
November.
and Bernadette is right. If you take a look at just this last round of primaries that they just had in Pennsylvania and whatnot, in some of these areas, you look, the Republican turnout was much higher than Democratic turnout. Now these are primaries, so
Yeah.
it's not the general
Yeah.
election. But
I
we
don't want to
need
get
people out,
complacent
baby.
and thinking that we're gonna be okay.
No.
Because we are so far from being okay.
No, we're not okay.
So far.
And they are being as aggressive as
Can I?
They don't care.
No,
they don't
they
care
don't
anymore.
care.
They're gonna pull out all the guns
I'm worried
to
about
make
more.
sure they stay in power.
Like,
That's what this
I'm
game
worried
is
about
all
people
about.
like that Reverend Lockie. You haven't seen an insurrection yet, really, Reverend. And I use the term very loosely.
Can I
Reverend my
one thing?
ass. Huh?
Can I?
And
Go ahead.
This,
absolutely, absolutely, Keith.
Go ahead.
I think the biggest threat that we have right now is the Republicans' voter suppression laws. They are denying hundreds of thousands of American citizens the right
Yes.
to vote. That's what they're doing.
It's under attack from the
gotta
Republican
stop
Party.
that.
They don't believe
if
in
you-
one person, one vote.
That's got to be our fight. We have.
If
to
you have not had your primary yet, and it's still you still have time to register for your primary, you need to be checking to see if you're still on the voter rolls.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Don't wait until your primary day is here and upon you, and then you're given a
This is just
provisional
a practice
ballot
run
to
for
vote.
November.
Just go and check your
Yeah.
register, your county register. Make sure that your name is on the voter rolls. We should have been. I've been saying it all along, all this year. Check to see if your names are on the rolls, because they're serious about kicking people off the rolls.
They are attempting to do
Serious
exactly
about
that,
that.
especially if you live in a
They're not
Republican area.
attempting. They're actually doing
They're
it. you
scrubbing.
guys.
They're scrubbing the
doing it.
voting records because they want to make sure
Yes.
nobody's cheating. You know, like them Democrats always do.
That's where the real fight is.
Yeah.
You don't take on a bunker with a pistol.
You no. You need a,
And-
you need a little heavy artillery coming in, baby.
You know?
You need a little.
Got to get out and vote.
Yeah. Let's call in that strike,
John,
baby. That's what we need. Yes,
I've
ma'am.
been meaning to tell you that the other day, while I'm scouring the internet, reading articles and things like that, I ran across a website called Just Democrats. And all you have to do is just type in the name to Google. You'll get to their website. They're a nonprofit organization, and they're helping to promote progressives all across the country. And if you go to they've helped put people in office like AOC, okay, and young progressive minds that want to move this country forward and see some progress made for the people of the United States, not just for corporations. It is a cool freaking website. It's they got a lot of people on there that they're linked to their campaigns where you could donate. I was thinking of Two for Blue, when I ran across this site.
Right.
Go check them out, you guys, and get involved. And if you can, if you're in a safe district, donate to another district that's having a hard time, because we
Yes.
need more progressive minds in our government, or we're just going to be stuck fighting this shit for the next 10, 20 years.
Indeed. We have a voice in it, or we lose our voice completely.
So
this is.
Just Democrat. Put that in Google. You'll get to their website.
I'm thinking
and
this
go
is
check
it,
out
baby.
Their website, man. It's totally cool.
I swear, if you let the Republicans get control again in November, baby, the laws are going to change, and they're going to change fast. They're not going to turn loose of power again. They're going to gerrymander this nation to where they are going to lock themselves in forever. I fear this Republican Party that they have on that side now, this maggot party. I fear them because of people like Lockie, that preacher, and others within the Republican Party. They're ready for another insurrection, baby. They're wanting it.
I am astounded by is when Barack Obama was the president of the United States. We were moving forward on clean energy. We were respect. We were calming down on the war in Syria. And then we got the Trump.
And then we got the Trump.
Look at us. What the hell?
What the hell? How did we go from Barack Obama and the society we had at that moment? Well, there you go, going down the rabbit hole. It was his election, that brought out this maggot crowd, this Tea Party bullshit, this, white nationalists. That's what happened. Let's be honest. That's what I think.
They were always there, John.
They were always there, but we had chased most of them back under a fucking rock.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. We didn't chase them anywhere. They were just quiet.
They were quiet.
Waiting,
they weren't so bold. But you're right. They've always been there.
When they've always been there. And when you put people like John Roberts on the Supreme Court and he starts overturning shit, then they start to, move around, and you have somebody bolsterous like fuck Trump come down some goddamn escalator, they get riled up, okay? He's speaking what they've been thinking and wanting to do forever. And so, yes, they're going to back him. It doesn't matter the shit that comes out of his mouth. He spews what they want to hear.
They get excited to hear what he has to say.
Yes, they do.
And that's how we got the Buffalo shooting. That's how we got El Paso.
Do you remember some of the Tea Party's rallies?
Oh yes.
They had Barack Obama with a bone in his nose.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
But you see Donald Trump and how their reaction that he's the great white savior.
I think they look at him like Hitler, like the Germans looked at him like Hitler as Hitler. That's what they
want. You know what? The thing about it, and it's a damn good thing about it, that he just didn't have a plan to pull off because he's a fucking bumbling idiot. Okay, he just said, see, he's using them too. He don't give a fuck about the Republican base. He could care less about them. About all that man cares about is fucking money in his pocket.
I keep asking, what the fuck is in the Trump Kool-Aid? Is it
Good
Jim
question,
Jones
brother.
kind of shit?
No, Bernadette's right. They're just bringing out the hatred that was there before.
It's always been there.
Yeah. I would agree with that. It has, and where does that come from?
Unless you're, it comes from a history of 400 fucking years that they don't want to teach anymore.
It comes from your
because
house.
It makes them feel uncomfortable.
It comes from your house.
It's what this country was built on.
Yes.
It's in the fucking Constitution.
It's written into the society.
It's written into news.
It's not new news. And indeed, because critical race theory is tossed around so much now as a boogeyman, if you delved into what critical race theory actually talks about, is over the history of this nation. The institutions that we have built are inbred with racism.
In 2020, we celebrated the 100-year anniversary of the Tulsa massacre. Okay, and everybody was upset in 2020 about what happened 100 years ago. It's a history in this country.
Oh, it is. It is, and it's blatant.
The reality of this situation. This is old fucking news, and yet
it's old news with a new face.
Today.
It's an old news with a new face.
And it's taking off and it's flourishing again in this country.
The only stop to that is us.
Burning fire.
That's how come I say, where does it come from? It comes from your house. That's what I say about the guy who shot up Buffalo. The kid was living at home, 18 years old. What do you learn at home? That's what we want to produce good citizens and people that are going to make our society better. And I don't care if you're right, left, center. I don't give a fuck. That all starts at home. You tell me a Christian and your son's out there spouting out the N-word every 5 minutes. No, you're not a freaking Christian. You're shoving smoke up people's ass. You're not. If you're a bigoted asshole, no, you're not a Christian. You use that as a sword to fend off everybody's attacks on your good character. In my book, you don't have any good character when you do that shit.
What amazes me is some of these people who actually watch Star Trek and say, yeah.
You know what I mean? I watch Star Trek. It doesn't matter. Watching these we watch movies for fucking entertainment to escape the fucking reality sitting in our faces every damn day.
It's in the news, and it's our responsibility to work against that every day.
Rights are being taken away. In a minute, we're not going to have a fucking democracy. The world is going to fucking hell. And what are we doing? We're watching Star Trek. Fuck Star Trek. What about what's happening right in front of our faces on a daily basis?
Well, a little
basis.
Star Trek isn't bad for the soul if you're looking to get an escape.
It's not. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But we have to take it for what it really is.
Oh yes, it's a dream.
Fantasy.
It's a dream.
Fantasy series on television. I don't want to live in a TV land. We had a TV fucking president. I'm sick of them. We've had two. And I've had a governor in my fucking state. I'm done with the fantasy TV world. I want some real people running and dealing with real issues. We're facing climate change in this world, And what are we talking about? Star Trek? Shit. We're fucking burning up out here in California. Come on, you guys.
Well,
we gotta get some people in our government that's gonna make a fucking difference.
And that's where your vote comes in. But the conversation goes where it goes, and sometimes it goes to Star Trek, and that's fine. But we can't lose the
conversation going to Star Trek. I don't mind that.
The point of the thought is
go ahead.
That we need to have the views of moving forward to a Star Trek, which includes everything that's going on in California and the world, so on. Move forward, let's build. What we are dealing with is this Republican cult who are bringing us backwards. So what do we want? Back to plantation ownership? Everybody's picking cotton? Or do we move forward?
And I think that's where the dream of Star Trek comes in.
How about that one? That's what I want. Is that too much to ask for? My vote to count. My vote as a woman in this country, as a black person in this country, as a black woman in this country. I want to have the right to do with my body what the fuck I want to do with my body, and not have some white man tell me what I can and cannot do. That's what I want. I want to be able to go to the store and not get shot.
Well, this white man does not think that way, and this family marches forward because of that desire. That's what we get into these discussions and they get passionate, as they should, because it's a serious subject. If you watch Star Trek, like I don't watch it, but I used to when I was younger. But the thing that I've always said about it is that's the world I want to get to. I want to get to that place where I'm walking down the hallway of the ship and the alien walks by and I don't even notice him. But we're not there.
Yeah, you're just sitting there like, hey, Greg, you want to get coffee?
Yeah, how you doing? Let's go get whatever that is you want.
Eyeballs and 15 tentacles.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But how do we get there? We can't get there until we get past the racism and the bigotry that we have here. And right now, we see a rise of that. And that is why it pisses you off to find out that CPAC, the Christian right over there, is on their way to Hungary, going to Hungary, to a white nationalist with Viktor Orban to have their convention over there. Evidently, America's just not white enough for them. It's go ahead.
Here's a problem.
We are no longer conducive to a to a right wing. How do I want to say this? We're no longer conducive to their cause. We'll put it that way.
Here is a thought. As a human being, you look around you in your life, and do you want to look at the owner of a plantation?
Mm-mm.
Or do you want to look at a starship that will move forward?
I want to be the
Can
starship,
I ask
buddy.
you, can I answer your question? And
Yes.
I'm going to answer this very
Baby,
calmly, and
love
then
you. I love you.
and
Love
then
you.
I'm going to be quiet. I want to be able to say when my son goes to work that I don't have to worry about him.
Oh,
until
baby,
he
I'm afraid
comes
it's going to be a long
back.
time
That's
for
what I
you,
want
baby.
to say. So, and on that, I'm going to say goodnight, you guys.
Oh, Bernadette,
Bye.
don't go.
It's the direction we take, y'all. And Bernadette, love you, girl.
We love it. And Bernadette's passion, she speaks from her heart, baby.
Yes.
And she speaks passionately because she gives a shit about what she's talking about.
I'll call you later, Bernie.
Absolutely.
But we do. We could take a turn in the direction of the conversation anytime. It's not unhealthy to do so, but we can never let go of the fact of what direction what we're doing here. The purpose of
Not
this
at
whole
all.
thing
No, not at
is
all.
to
And
remind.
I'm gonna dip too, guys.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna dip too. I've got to get out of here.
Well, shit,
gotta
I'm
get up
leaving
crack.
too. Wait a
I've
minute.
got to get up to the crack of noon tomorrow.
Oh shit, that's early.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. Well, we're 85 minutes into the show already, so I think we'll end up. That's an hour and a half, so we're just about there anyway. So, Andy, thank
I'm gonna
you.
get off this thing so I can make sure Mama rests well, and we got to take care of Mama. You know how that.
Oh yeah, it's number one priority in my house, brother.
We'll
I'm telling
do
you.
all that. And
That's right.
I love each and every one of you, Keith. I got your I got your message. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Little help.
that's a lot of help. I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you all.
Thank you,
We
Andy, for
appreciate
coming
it.
by and visiting, brother. We appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna I'm gonna do my best to be here for the next one.
Well, we're here, brother. We'll be here Tuesday.
All right, buddy. Love you
Voting
all.
night
Talk
in
to you
America,
soon.
baby. We're going to be here. Want to
Got
see
it,
what
baby.
happens.
We'll
I
talk
wanna
to
see.
you soon, man.
All right, Andy, take care of yourself.
You bet. All right. Bye bye.
And I want to thank JP Lieb for coming in with a $20 donation. And he said, I made a nice donation to incredibly bright Jessica Cisneros Friday, so I thought I would donate to you too. Well, JP, thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it very much. Passions get high sometimes, and as they should. I admire Bernadette so much for the passion that she speaks, and it scares some people sometimes. And but I want that because I'm just as mad as she is. She's a very dear friend, and I respect her tremendously, and I wish we had more of her in this country because we need it. Her passion is there because of her family, and her family should mean no less to her than ours do to us, and so she's worried about the future, and so yeah. She has a passionate voice, and I admire her for that.
I brought up the topic of that plantation owner, and you look to the other side of building a starship.
Right.
Bernadette, my girl, we see the same thing. We are not going back
No,
to
no,
the plantation.
no, baby.
We together and through strife and fight against the systems that stop us, we will build a starship. And that means a lot of things to go forwards to that starship.
We got it. We got a lot of work to do.
Right.
We have a lot of work to do.
But I'm totally with Bernadette. The direction is up.
It's the only way we can go, baby. Because you're right, Keith. They're looking backwards. That's where the Republican Party wants to go. They want to take away your right to vote. They want to take away a woman's right to control her own body. You don't think gay rights is on the menu? You bet your ass it is. There is a litany of things that the right wants to do, and the only wall against that, since Downey loves walls and Republicans love walls, is we build a wall, baby, and it's our wave. Build that wave. I'm sorry, not a wall, a wave. Yeah, we need to do it again. We did it in 2018. We did it in 2020. We have to build that sucker up this time, because this time, baby, all of the cards are on the table. Everything is on the table this time, because we have seen the extent to which the Republican Party is willing to go and what direction they are willing to take this country in. So when Bernadette's passion gets that high, it's because she sees the direction the Republicans want to take us, baby, and it ain't a pretty ride. So never has it been more important.
I'm going to hold her hand.
Oh, baby, me too.
Her way.
I'll be right there with her.
Join you with John and Blue Dot family members. We got to do this.
Indeed.
The biggest thing I will say to y'all is that we have to let people vote, because that's where the Republican ilk.
That's what they're after, baby. That's how come I say you make sure you're ready to vote, no matter what state you are, that district, wherever you are. Make sure you're ready to vote. As a matter of fact, going to vote in the primary is a damn good way to find out. Hey, am I cool here? Got to vote? Yeah. Okay, good deal. If there's a problem, better to find it out now than it is in the general election. So the Republicans are trying to put up as many hurdles as they can to get you to go vote. And you just have to endure whatever it is that they throw in front of you. You have to do it. It is a duty and a responsibility as a citizen of this country. If you want to see any progress at all, baby, do that. Anyway, I want to thank everybody.
The only thing Republicans have is to light, cheat, steal, and commit acts of treason for their own power. That is not an American value.
No, it's not.
Whether you're white, black, brown, Hispanic, Chinese.
Yep.
The Republicans are destroying us from the quote.
And on that note, if your preacher is throwing people out because of their political persuasion, you're not in a church. So get a new preacher. Anyway, indeed, Keith, we all have to keep our voice going. Asgard, thank you very much for coming in, brother. We appreciate it tremendously.
It was nice to be here. Hope I could be the daily dose of happy.
You're a daily dose of Star Trek, that's for damn sure, and I appreciate that, brother. I really do. There's a little, like I said, the conversation goes wherever it does, and occasionally we need a break from politics and everything, so that's why we do that. But we never lose sight of where we are, in what direction we're going.
701 or NCC 17E.
I'm a fan of the Enterprise refit. Hey.
Oh, look at her. See, I knew it was a hull number. I knew it was a hull number, brother. I just didn't reckon. I didn't know, but I'm assuming. See, I need to be more up on my checking.
That's the registry. That's the registry and hull number for the Enterprise.
See, hull number. See, Navy. I know what a hull number is. All right, we'll just get that out of that way. All right.
But that's the one you saw in the 80s with the rectangular engines on it. That was the refit of the original from the show. Basically the movie Enterprise.
I'm actually talking about a destroyer out in the water today. It's a whole number. That's the one I know. Anyway, Asgard, thank you for coming in, brother, and thank you for the conversation. Keith, again, thank you for coming by. Bernadette, thank you. And Andy Paguda, Filthy Mouth Liver, well, we appreciate it tremendously. All the conversation that goes on in this room. Our Facebook family, our YouTube family, thank you so much for coming in and joining us tonight. And to those that donated through the Super Chat and through Patreon, oh, man. Look at that. I need a big red. I just
saw that. Is it
I forget to hit the button.
really destroyer just moved into the Milwaukee shipping yards for fit to go back into service.
Really?
And it is called Minneapolis St. Paul.
Really? Outstanding.
Yep, destroyer.
Outstanding. Go Navy, baby.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever, Navy.
Semper Fortis. Semper Fortis. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm talking to a girl. I'm sorry. Semper Fidelis, my friend. Semper Fi.
Love you, God.
I love you back, brother. All right. To all y'all out there, try to remember, keep your heart light. Put a smile on your face. The best thing you do is try to put a smile on somebody else's face tomorrow. It'll make you both feel better. We have work to do, baby. So while we get a good laugh and we have a good family visit, let's don't forget the main road we're on, baby. I like to think that we're out to rescue this democracy, because they're doing their damnedest to drown it on the other side, baby. So keep your ears tuned and know what's going on, and be prepared to vote, because it's the most important thing we do. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here, and y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll